What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast tonight. Actually, tonight now we have Carl Batumbakal. I've had him in the past before in previous episodes. You already know. Not much intro for Carl.
Medyo unnecessary na, bro.
Medyo unnecessary. Oh, parang first timer. Actually, pag mga first time doon lang ako nag-intro. 'Di ba? Na parang okay,
Oo,
who is
oo.
this guy? Tapos si Carl, check previous episodes. We talked about collegiate hoops in the past and some Gilas Pilipinas. But today we're gonna discuss two moves that happened in the 1 week lang gap, 'di ba? Two moves that
Halos.
happened in the past, halos 1 week or a
Mm.
week and a half. And that one is the Jared Bahay move going back to Ateneo. And then the most recent one, as of the recording of this video, is the Rey Remogat to UP. So let's first start off though with Jared Bahay. Carl, was it a good move? I would say it's a good move going back home to Ateneo, as people
Well,
would
it's,
like to play monikers with everything.
definitely the best move, eh. Honestly,
Mm,
the way I see it. Kasi Ateneo has no legit starting point guard at this point. Wala na si Jared Brown. If you guys don't know, he decided to go pro already.
yeah.
So he just played one season for us, so which opens up the door for someone like Bahay. Exacto, Bahay does not need a resident. He does not need to serve a residency. So as soon as next season, laro na kagad yan. So on a situation wise, yes, Ateneo was the best choice for Bahay. And then on a basketball side of things, syempre Ateneo would be the best fit for him. Sakto eh.
Yeah, definitely. Sobrang sakto talaga. And we already know that Mason Amos is there, Kyle Gamber, LeBron Nieto is actually part of the Philippines team. So si Chris Porter na lang hinihintay nila. To,
Yun nga eh.
'Di ba?
Yun nga, so hindi,
Batang gilas eh.
hindi pa siya sure eh.
Hindi
Hindi
pa
pa
nga
sila,
siya sure.
wala pang commitment so far eh. So even from what I'm hearing, wala pa daw talaga. Medyo undecided pa siya, which okay lang. You don't have to rush naman. Kasi syempre, outside of our personal interests as fans and as journalists and in the media, syempre, for the player, kung saan mo pinakagusto.
Yeah,
Yun
he
naman
needs to
talaga.
assess his options eh, 'di ba? For sure. I
Yeah.
mean, as nice it is to have Ateneo on your chest, sometimes
Mm.
you have to think about, oh, where's my playing time? Because he knows that maybe Porter could have a chance to play 10 to 15 minutes, or also there's a chance na wala. Kasi
Mm.
so he's gonna be a wing for us.
Yeah.
I doubt na Tab will use him as a 5. Unlike sa juniors, 'di ba?
Hindi siya pang 5 sa seniors
Hindi,
eh. So
hindi, talaga,
parang
hindi na siya
siguro
5.
4-3.
I don't think he's gonna be a 5.
Oo, mga,
4-3.
ano siya, stretch, hindi naman stretch, pero like,
He
small
can shoot the
4,
three-ball
small
though.
3. Yun
Si
na nga eh.
Porter, he can shoot
Oo,
the
pero,
three-ball.
yun nga eh, pero at the same time, parang yun
Adjustment.
ba talaga yung need ng Ateneo? Would you really need another floor spacer? So, yun yung mga, yun yung mga intricacies around it. So, interesting where Christian Porter decides to end up for college, pero at the end of the day, basta kung saan siya pinakamasaya. Yun naman yun eh.
For Ateneo, what is a best case scenario for you, Carl, in the Final Four? What's a best case scenario for you?
As in who to face?
Hindi, like, ano sa tingin mo seeding nila? First seeding
Ah,
muna. Seeding lang. Kasi alam naman natin, 1 and 2, either UP or Lasal eh.
yeah, yeah,
Jockey
given,
for the top two positions eh.
yeah,
Unless na,
given
yun
naman.
nga, Coach Tab surprises everybody na, hello, we're back.
Ako, honestly, I see it. Siguro best case 3 talaga. Um, Ateneo is going to be a lot better than last season. They're going to be a hell of a lot better than the past 2 seasons, definitely. Um, the only thing na hesitant ako sa pagbigay sa kanila ng number 4 outright kasi NU,
Wala nang
the NU
baklaan
is
eh.
still there.
Pero
Even
wala
though
na.
wala si Kian, hindi ko pa rin sila ma-discount fully. Like, hindi ko sila matanggal sa equation na pwede sila maging party spoiler sa Final Four. It's either NU ends up 3 or Ateneo ends up 4. It's only those two. And siguro, baka nga similar records pa sila eh by the end of the season. Pero yun yung worst case I would say. Pero siguro best case, yeah. If ang expectation is definitely a Final Four and competing for a title, with Bahay on board, I wouldn't be surprised if siguro nga baka borderline 2 yan eh. Baka
Ateneo?
borderline 2.
Pwede? Ooh, borderline 2. Why? Is it because na talagang you really sold on Bahays skill set that he can set up our guys. Like iba kasi si Jared
Mm.
Bahay sa ano
Mm.
eh, compared to our previous floor generals in season 86 na who
Yeah.
all had their specialties as well,
Mm.
but they're not as complete as Bahay, who's a
Yeah.
great facilitator, can set up his teammates really well, and an amazing
Mm.
scorer actually. Wild talaga pa nag-drive siya. You can see na he knows how to play the angles. Like Baklaan, di ba? Whenever Kian
Oh,
would drive,
yeah.
alam mo, hanap siya ng ano ng paraan to make that
Mm.
layup.
Hindi, kasi other than yung confidence ko in Bahay skill set, ewan ko there's something about Ateneo last season na parang nakikita mo na medyo kumakapa-kapa pa sila. Like, they're not sure of what to do. And that's expected kasi puro mga bata yung under ni Tab. And nothing was really solid from the championship teams aside from si Chris Kuhn. Other than Chris Kuhn, wala nang major holdover from the championship teams and the championship eras from Coach Tab in the past. So parang expectation nga last season was hindi sila aabot eh. The fact na umabot sila ng Final Four was a success for the most part. Syempre, not winning.
Till the very last
Um,
game, dun
di
nag-decide
ba?
kung ano eh. No?
Yun na nga. So parang it was the yung last season na making the Final Four was the best case scenario for them. Not surprised. Well, surprised actually kasi personally I had them falling to five eh. Five or four. Pero or at the very least, baka nga hindi sila umabot ng five. Pero for some reason, as we all know, Ateneo will fight it out. So number four sila. And it turned out to be the best for them. Pero with Bahay now on board, medyo mas mataas na expectations ko sa kanila. It's the familiarity with the Gilas Pilipinas boys or the Gilas Juniors. Malaking bagay yun, I would say, even for Coach Tab. Kasi set na yung mga people niya, at least yung core niya for the next 2, 3 seasons at the
Mm.
very least. So entering the season, I would not be surprised if mag-full push na talaga sila for it. Ikaw, what do you think?
I think third seed as well.
Mm.
And then I think I could say a hot take na maybe Mason Amos would be the lead. Not so hot take. I mean, would be the leading scorer for Ateneo. If we're gonna put a top three, I feel like it's gonna be Amos, Kun, Bahay.
Yeah,
Pwede.
makes sense. Makes
Pwede.
sense.
Wala na eh. Wala na iba eh. Wala
Oo.
na tayong Balungay. Wala na tayong Jared Brown.
Oo.
We have a
Makes
new
sense.
JB though. We have a new JB.
Hindi, it makes sense. It makes sense naman.
I hope though
Kasi
that
best case eh.
di nga sure kung babalik si Gio Chu eh.
Unsure
Wala
pa
pa
nga
eh.
yun siya.
'Di ba wala
Wala pa.
pang we have to hear like okay, I'm coming back because he's a fourth year.
Yeah.
Ito na yung magiging last year niya sana. So we're waiting on that one. We really don't know. Josh Lazaro, is he coming back? Could be. I don't know. We
Yeah,
also
most
need
likely.
those coming back. Ano
Mm.
eh. Remember the days when you don't need to hear from a player that they're coming
Oo.
back. Magugulat ka na lang, nah, they're not. Wala na sa lineup. Magugulat ka na lang.
Ang,
And we
ang
feel it's so
alam mo
normal.
may pwede tayong sisihin dyan eh, si 3D, the joke. Yung Ravenna Bros, pwede natin sila sisihin for
Sila
that.
ba
And
yung
it's not a
nag-start
bad
na,
thing.
oh, I'm coming back next season? Sila ba yung nag-start na mga ganun?
Sila nag-start kasi ever since nag-open up sila. I mean, nag-open up yung international game for them. Lahat naging consideration bigla eh. Para, uy, even si Carl Tamayo spent 2 seasons lang. Eh, expectation natin in the past, siguro mga 10 seasons ago or 10 years ago,
Oo.
expect mo na 5 years yan eh. 4 years max. Minimum 4, maximum 5. Eh, mga expectations mo eh. Pero ever since, yun nga, with the exodus of Sergey Ravena and Kiefer and a whole host of other young players at the time, partida nga si Sergey, hindi tapos na siya with college that time eh. Ka-graduate lang namin nun, so parang for him to go to Japan agad, shit, medyo malaking big deal. Tapos, yung college players natin are being recruited elsewhere. Not even to play in the Philippines, just to play abroad. So parang, ang daming uncertainties bigla as to who's coming back. And it's not a bad thing. It just makes the college landscape even more unpredictable as it already is. Pero yun nga, like what you said, hindi mo talaga alam kung babalik yung mga tao ngayon or hindi eh. Like, you don't
Yeah,
know.
you're
You really
really not
don't.
sure.
You really don't know.
Man, like, I feel like, Mason, I feel
Mm.
like if this is his season, feel ko wala na next year yan. Mainly because he will get so much attention. Like, sabihin natin he pops off this year. Kasi last year, di ba, his shooting saved him. But now, for
Yeah.
example, in the upcoming season, if his defense holds up, if he manages to stay on the floor for at least 25 to 30 minutes, I
Yeah.
feel like it's game over. Or at least, 'di ba? At least na unless na he stays for another year, but you know that offers will come flying through the
Yeah,
door.
given na yun.
When if considering how much of a dead shot he is.
Yeah.
I kept saying this that it's like a second coming of Alan Kaidik, but a righty and 6'8".
Mm. Yeah, and he's 6'8". Yun yung ano, yun yung factor na nililimutan ng most fans, I would like to think. Kasi everyone's
6'8".
expecting Mason Amos na parang, oh, ano yan, forward lang yan. Parang, guys, medyo 6'8 yan.
Medyo 6'8 yan na
Medyo,
four man. May back to the basket game pa siya.
yun na
He
nga.
has a post up, 'di ba?
Yeah, and hindi na nga niya kailangan i-flash masyado last season kasi he had Joseph Obasa with him. So, with
Yeah, he didn't
Obasa
need
down
to,
there,
yeah.
just stay outside, do your thing. Michael Porter Jr. route, okay na yan. Pero this
Never
season,
pass the rock.
never pass, just shoot the ball and for sure papasok naman yan. Pero with this season, medyo curious ako how it will play out for Mason especially.
I would like to see a Kyle Gamber good second year, considering that he'll finally have a full off season with Ateneo. Kasi I know that he had to finish his graduation in
Yeah.
the US. That's why he was late. Same with Rafi Celis. Actually, si
Mm.
Bahay malilate din yan. I think tatapusin nila yung studies muna in
Oo,
Cebu. Hindi yan
which I
basta-basta
support.
makakapunta ng Manila.
Mm. Which I support din naman kasi syempre,
Not saying that she shouldn't do it. I'm just saying.
no,
I'm just
no,
saying.
yeah. Yeah. Hindi, ano talaga eh, kasi basketball is nice. Pero for
Tapusin muna
everything
nila
else,
talaga.
studies really do matter. Kahit ayaw natin aminin.
Ano iniinom mo? Tubig ba yun or kape?
Kape.
At this time, you can drink coffee?
Yeah, dude. Mas makatulog pa rin ako nun by mga 11:30
Anong
or
coffee yan?
maybe
Black
12.
or may halo? May
Ano?
halo.
Hindi. UCC. Thank you, UCC.
Tapos ano siya? Like, not decaf.
No. As in, kape talaga.
Nilalagyan mo ng sugar or creamer? Or no?
Konti. Kasi gabi na eh.
Nilalagyan mo
Pag
naman pala.
morning. Hmm?
Nilalagyan mo naman pala.
Nilalagyan ko pag yung evenings na. Pero yung mornings, hindi. Medyo,
Gusto mo
ano
magising
yan.
talaga. Black.
Medyo dilat ako. Pure black sa umaga.
No, I can't drink coffee past 4.
Really?
Nagigising talaga. Yeah, I really can't. I have to stop by like 3. 4:30 at
Shit.
the latest. What more for Ateneo? There's some, I mean, Bahay, I feel like will unlock those guys. It's gonna be, iba yung friendship ni na Bahay at Gamber with
Mm.
Amos as well. So I'm excited for the young core, but if we win the championship, that's gonna be surprising for sure. That's gonna be
Mm.
I think the biggest surprise for the year.
Yeah.
Outside of us na the Philippines making it to the Olympics because July yung Olympic qualifying tournament eh.
Oo.
If that happens, we make it past the OQT, yun yung for sure na this is the bigger win more than the World
Yeah.
Cup win. Because imagine mo,
Definitely.
OQT. I think, are we with Latvia in the bracket?
I
Nakalimutan ko na
think
pero
so. I
alam ko
think
medyo
so.
patayan yung grupo natin. I think we also have Georgia, which is
Ay,
also Sinagoga Bitatse. My goodness, sino well, no naman si Junmar. Pero we need Kai and Edu at their healthiest.
yeah.
But iba kasi yung mama, yung mga katawan ng mga Georgians. They're gonna bully you. Their point guards like 6'7". Anyway, that's
Yeah.
a different topic altogether. But yeah, that's for Ateneo. Next one we're gonna discuss, is a final topic, is the Rey Remogat to UP move. And Carl, would you say this caught you by surprise? This move?
Um, Paano ko ba sabihin to?
Or
Hindi,
you were
hindi,
hearing rumblings na from the past
I
na
have,
okay.
I have na rin. I
Okay,
have like,
okay.
um, tawag dito. I think there was a discussion nung ano eh. I think as early as the finals yata ba? Or the final four pa lang even. I think around final four era, na final
Nung
four era.
awarding, no? Nung
I think
awarding.
the final four nung awarding, there was
May
already
nangyaya.
something, may nabubulungan na ako na parang, oy bro, medyo abangan mo yung Rey Remogat. Sabi ko, bakit? Ano meron? Baka lang lumipas. Sabi ko, puta
Baka
tanga yan.
MVP, baka MVP. Baka MVP. Ah, okay.
I wish. I mean, ano kasi, I think with Ray sa UP kasi, sa UE, nag-shine siya talaga and I think he was exactly what UE needed for this season. Pero the move to UP, not entirely surprising kasi knowing how Coach Gold and Coach Bo operate things, mahilig sila mag-stockpile ng talent.
Galing nila mag-recruit. Gagaling talaga
Mm.
mag-recruit. And some people, Carl,
True.
are saying that he's gonna be buried. First of all, your Remogat will be the one doing the burying sa mga nandun sa roster. That's PG number 1.
Mm.
That's number 2 in the MVP rankings. And any team, including Ateneo, including Lasal, all the top dogs out there, Remogat's your PG number 1. That's the best point guard right now in the UAAP. So he's not the people are saying on the comments like, paano ba yan? Mababury siya sa talents ng UP, hindi siya magagamit ni Coach Gold. Well, Coach Gold has no other wala na siya ibang rason na para hindi siya gamitin. He has to use him.
Mm.
And would you agree that it's a good move basketball-wise muna? Ibang basketball-wise sa legacy-wise.
Hindi, basketball-wise,
Basketball-wise, okay,
basketball-wise, it's perfect kasi
it's perfect.
UP likes
Contrary
to
to
run.
contrary to to
Oh,
popular opinion. Popular
mm.
opinion is saying na hindi siya
It's a
magagamit
bad
dun.
deal. Yeah, of course, sabihin nila it's a bad deal kasi syempre,
Yeah.
ang perspective dyan is, oh, UP is hoarding talent from other competitive schools nila sa UAAP. So parang, yung ganong, ano ba, yung ganong sentiment, which I understand. Pero at the same time, if you're playing basketball, you want the best players on your team. So for UP, you have Rey Remogat running the point and UP likes to run. Mabilis ang UP. Like, it just, hindi lang siya halata last season kasi DLSU was outpacing everyone, pero UP still likes to run. And then, well, 2 seasons. Hindi. Moving forward kasi, what I think UP wanted to do here is to develop someone who can run the point and at the same time be their lead guard. So perfect si Rey Remogat for that position. Pero at the same time, let's not forget na si JD Kagulang. He was
As
supposed
one
to
more
leave.
year.
Allegedly, he was supposed to leave,
Oo.
according to sources. Pero he decided to stay. So that puts him staying for one more season. So which means that by the time na pumasok si Remogat sa UP,
Wala na. Si
wala
Felicilda
na si
lang.
JD.
Backup mo lang yun eh.
Yeah, and then barring any other addition,
Wala. There's no other rumor na
yeah,
competing point guard na same caliber as you.
yeah.
Or ganito, if si Bahay na
Mm.
sa UP and then pumasok si Remogan, we're gonna have a
Yeah,
problem.
oo, yung
Kasi
problema nun.
parang you have to appease your rookie,
Mm.
you have to appease your star guard na
Yeah.
ready na to
Mm.
contribute. Magkaka-beef, not beef, but more of inggitan, magkaka-problema with
Yeah.
magkaka-problema with playing minutes. Because of course, right now, every season is valuable, di ba? Every year is
Mm.
valuable. Who knows that maybe you'll never get a call back to go to Japan
Mm.
or
Yeah.
Korea, di ba? So that's
Yeah.
why playing time is of utmost importance right now.
Yeah, pero yeah, going back to that nga parang it just makes too much sense for Remogat not to join UP. So parang ito yung pinaka best case scenario for him basketball wise eh. Like syempre player ka, you want to win everything. I appreciate UE. I love what they've been doing with their program. Pero understandably for Remogat, he wanted somewhere else na siguro. Mas clear yung chances niya at the championship. And if anything, best case scenario kasi you're a big coach under Coach Goldwyn eh. Coach Goldwyn loves his guard. He really loves having very fast, tapos very decisive guard. And Remogat fits the bill perfectly. So on a basketball sense, yes, it made all of the sense na mag-UP siya.
And Remogat, I think most people would think na he's just a scorer, but he's not. He's a two-way player. I think number 1 in steals
Hmm.
sa UAP. And a guard that has an incredible sense for the ball. So he rebounds really well. He's one of the he's the only guard ata in the top 10. Not sure about that, but I know that averages 7.9 rebounds a game. Basta wild yung stats niya
Oo.
for rebounding, almost
Yeah.
parang near the 7-7 mark.
Mm-mm.
Yan ba? Yeah. Tama naman.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
UP from 87 still a championship contender, 88, 89 championship contender.
Mm.
And may mga rumors din na Jacob Baila might join them, which further stretches out their contention status.
Yeah.
Pero ano din may hangganan rin din yung bullpup score. So
Oo.
when those bullpup score leave, you have to replace them, right? It's gonna be a lot. So, but as of now, Remogat's the main attraction for
Yeah,
UP. And he fits really well. That is his best chance for a championship. Do you think he leaves if they become champion in 88?
I don't think so.
You
I
don't
don't
think
think
so?
so.
So
I don't
parang
think so.
siguro may part ng deal yan na sa tingin mo na okay tapusin mo na yung 2 years na lang sagarin mo na.
Yeah, I would think kasi
Oh, kasi parang nagpahinga, not pahinga. I mean,
oo.
nag-residency ka for 1 year. So
Yeah,
parang one and done ka. So parang I think ito
oo.
drop off UP the wrong way.
Yeah, pero ewan ko, based sa character ni Ray and what has been said to me, hindi siya yung type na ano kasi, he will do what is best for himself, pero at the same time may certain type of loyalty kasi rin siya.
Okay,
So
yeah.
parang if he feels he wants to commit or if he feels like it's not yet time for him to make the jump, hindi niya ipo-forgo yung final year niya. It just would make sense for him na tapusin mo na, nandiyan ka na eh. So parang,
At 2 taon na lang eh.
oo, and hindi ko alam hindi ako, if I were an international team, hindi pa ako sold on him as a potential import or an overseas backup import. So parang, I don't see it now. I don't see it now. Siguro I'm going to see it, baka siguro after they win a championship pa. Pero I really don't think na anyone's gonna go after him even after getting a championship. It depends really. Pero yun nga, hindi pa ako entirely sold on him going elsewhere.
Okay, legacy-wise.
Mm.
Leaving UE. Actually, UE yung pinaka most outspoken Facebook page na tatlo yun eh. Red Dawn. Hindi, Red Dawn. The Dawn,
Na
Red Tribe,
red thread sa Twitter.
and yung official UE men's basketball team
Yes.
na na Facebook page. Tatlo siya. They're very outspoken. It really feels like I mean, it's a social media team page. Of course, there's a
Yeah,
person running it.
of
And you
course.
can sense na the person really is a basketball fan. Talaga
Mm.
parang naglalabas ang sama ng loob dun sa mga post eh, no? Sabi, very, Gen Z na yung brand may feelings. Di ba? Di ba? Di ba? That's a very Gen Z thing to do na yung brand that you're handling may feelings.
Yeah.
So, ayun, parang namang he's in good terms with his teammates. I saw the message of Precious Momoway for him na good luck in your journey. I'll see you soon. And do you think UE lets this slide that easily? You feel like they're gonna talk to the board, they're gonna be like, there has to be some changes, man. What do you think? Or feel mo na fluff lang yun? Or bluff?
So ang question ko diyan is ano i-bring up nila? Honestly, like not to
Kasi di ba may,
discount
may rule na rin
players.
eh. May rule na
Yeah,
rin Jerry Ping. Nasa Congress na eh.
may pinggoy rule na nga eh. Pero
May
at the same
pinggoy
time
rule.
kasi parang anong i-bring up ninyo? Ano ipa-fluff nyo and ipapamba-bluff nyo na you're going to threaten to leave the UAAP? I don't think that's possible.
I don't think naman aalis ng UAP. I think it's
Yun
more
na
of
nga eh.
gagawa sila ng, if ever, parang, oh, there should be more stricter rules about the player. But you think mag-a-apply kay Noy yun?
No, no, hindi na
Hindi
siguro.
na,
I don't
hindi na.
kasi
Baka sa future.
if ever kasi ma-implement yun, hindi mo naman pwede, parang loss lang yan eh. Hindi ka
Lost
pwede
na nga.
mag-enact retroactively. So parang pagtapos na, hindi mo pwedeng nagawa na yung krimen
Nandun na eh. Nandun na
after
eh.
nagawa yung law. So parang
Napatay
yun
na
na
eh.
yung precedent eh.
Hindi na
Oo,
mabuhay yan.
yun na nga eh. So parang ako I understand where you is coming from. Masakit. Kasi I'm definitely sure they saw Rey as a cornerstone for their future. Pero hindi ko kasi alam kung ano yung pambabluff nila eh. Like, what can they do? It was the player's choice naman for better or worse. And I can't blame Remogat for deciding to take his chances and play elsewhere. Yun nga lang, syempre, may feelings yung tao, may feelings yung university, yung board nila, syempre. So parang, alam mo yun, hindi ko talaga masisi na ganun nga yung response nila to it. Pero syempre, over time, I think everyone's on good terms naman. Pero syempre, in the public medyo mas ano yan, medyo mas heated yan, lalo na yung mga
Oo,
lookers
daming
from the outside.
galit. Daming
Pati yung
galit.
comments, bro, ang init ng ulo ng mga tao. So parang,
Gets ko, pero
alright,
gets natin. And we're not saying na hindi
mm,
valid yung feelings nila.
yep,
It's really valid na ba't kayo
yep,
galit?
mm,
Kasi kung star natin yan, of course I'll be mad. Like, what the fuck,
yeah,
man?
totoo,
Diba? That's our guy.
totoo,
Tinawag
perfectly
na,
reasonable yun.
University of Pirates. Nakita mo yun? Dami nagko-comment. Not, their words, not mine, by the
Oh,
way.
yun na nga,
If
yun
you,
nga.
their words, not nicorocha. Baka gamitin nyo na naman pangalan ko. Naiinis ako sa ganyan. Laging ginagamit pangalan ko for source. And first of all, hindi ako taga-UP. Wala akong pake dyan. And it's not, parang, bakit ko i-share, again, bakit ko i-share sa iba yung kung source ko, di ba? Ba't ko
Oo,
i-share sa iba? Akin yan. Ba't ko i-share
oo,
sa'yo?
tama.
Anyway, anyway, maraming galit
Yeah.
for good reason why they're mad
Mm,
because I mean they know that UP is already strong. They're like, give us a chance, give the small teams like us a chance.
mm,
And not only UE students, I mean just the UAP fans in general. They're
yeah.
saying that UAP is becoming like the PBA in terms of stockpiling talent, and in a vacuum with regards to talent moving to the upper echelon.
Mm,
Yeah, sort of.
yeah. Mm.
It's sort of like that. Pero
Pero ang counterpoint, may counterpoint ako dyan
anong
actually.
counterpoint mo dun?
When has it never been like that? In the history of the UAAP, kailan ba hindi lumipat yung mga best players from other teams to another team? Kasi more often than not, it has happened. Maraming beses in the past. Siguro not to the
BJ
caliber of Rey
Manalo?
Remogat.
BJ Manalo, di ba? BJ
BJ
Manalo ba?
Manalo was, pero from high school si BJ eh.
Oo nga pala, yeah.
Oo. Pero I think, ewan ko, not for anything, yung accusation or yung statements na parang, nagiging PBA na nga na parang, uy, ano ba to? College basketball ba to or what? Parang unfair naman din kasi na ganun yung sasabihin ng mga fans. Kasi it's decisions ng students eh. Like, what do? You prevent the player from leaving. Eh di nagsama ng loob sa'yo yan. So, ang daming factors kasi na, ewan ko, mahirap lang siguro yan. Mahirap lang siya i-quantify or i-put into words. Kasi sobrang normalized na talaga yung lumilipat yung players eh. It's a bad thing for sure. If I'm from UP, masama siya. And even if I'm the upper echelon teams, masama siya. I would feel the same way as the UE community na parang, grabe naman tong UP, lagi na sila nangunguha ng talent sa UAP. Ba't di kayo kumuha sa high school? Yung ganun ba? Pero I think the thing is with UP, alam nilang limited yung window eh. Like they need players that can contribute now. And they contacted Remogat and his camp. Remogat and his camp said, yeah, wala, done deal. That's as much as we can say about it.
Well, in season 88, parang, can we just skip to, can we just skip to season 88? No. I want to watch 87 kasi Bahay debut eh. Pero sa
Oo.
88 kasi, Cortez
Mm.
versus may malayo. To be fair, to be honest, completely honest, malayo talent ni Remogat kay Cortez. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
That's my personal opinion though. I mean, if Cortez proves me wrong, then good. That's good for Lasal.
Yeah.
Pero as of right now, as of this podcast, I feel like malayo si Remogat to
Mm.
Cortez. Malayo.
As
But then again,
in,
if Cortez proves that
skill-wise,
he can
sobrang layo.
replicate what he did in
Oo.
NC to UAP, sige,
Mm.
then it's close.
Yeah. Pero ang question mo kasi dyan, ikaw, how do you see things playing out? Kasi pag nagsabay yan, between the two, sino nakikita mo na parang lead guard talaga? You're going to trust Ray agad, you think?
Oh, si Ray. Kasi si Ray was a point guard. I feel like Cortez magtutupa yan sa Lasal eh. Kasi
Mm.
may rumors pa na darating si, again rumors may rumors na darating si Baklaan. Especially with how KQ has been teasing
Mm.
on Twitter na yung 88, 'di ba? Yung magkasama silang dalawa
Oo.
doon sa mga panalay. I mean, nothing is official until we
Yeah.
see that yung parang ginawa ni Naveen with Cortez, right? Yung
Mm.
they had that whole video na
Yeah.
he had a cap, he's visiting the murals, the championships. So until we see that, Baklaan can go anywhere. Kasi wala
Kasi
pa eh,
ano
wala
rin,
pa.
si Raulo rin kasi KQ, buyo rin eh. Sobrang,
Best friend niya
sobrang,
kasi. So
hindi, yeah.
parang, alam mo pag best
Culture
friend mo,
din.
gustong-gusto mo gagawin. Yun yung kayang-kaya
Oo.
mong gagawin. The only person who can do that is your best friend.
Yeah,
We
true.
all know that. Galing tayong all boys school. Alam natin na best friend mo has all the green light in the world
Yep.
to do whatever he wants with you. So yeah, yun lang
Totoo.
naman. It's more of I support Remogat with regards moving to UP. It's good for his legacy kasi he could be a champion. Could be the main reason why they become champions. Imagine mo
Mm.
Kasi maganda rin ang pipunta niyang situation eh. It's not like
Yeah.
KD. Ay,
Yeah.
no. Because UP was back-to-back runner-up
Yeah.
in 85, 86. So Remogat, and sabihin natin matalo ulit UP sa 87.
Mm.
Sobrang savior vibes niya, man. Imagine
No.
mo, siya magpapa-champion sa UP. Ano nun, in a way, mag-iiba yung shift ng narrative sa kanya. UP really needed this guy. It's not like this guy is jumping a legacy na nandyan
Mm.
na built.
Yeah. Kasi if anything, I think yung past season, it proved na UP is struggling in a way. Parang since Carl Tamayo left, wala na sila yung
Come
anchor
on, man.
na
They're not
they can
struggling.
trust.
They're not struggling. They're not struggling. They just faltered.
Really?
Hindi sila
Really?
nag-struggle. Hindi sila nag-struggle.
Really?
Tayo yung nag-struggle. Ateneo yung nag-struggle.
Hindi!
Yun
Wala
yung
naman kasi tayong players doon. Ano na sila
Yun nga,
good.
kaya tayo nag-struggle, di ba? Kasi
Hindi, pero nakita mo yung sa UP nung finals, wala sila nung Kevin Kiambao type na parang Carl Tamayo na I'll give you the ball, ikaw na bahala.
Di feel ko they lost their composure there. Kasi
You think?
set na yan eh. Set na yung ano na yan eh.
You think?
Umabot pa rin they beat Lasal by 30. You're
Yeah.
already there. That's a mix
Yeah.
of overconfidence. That's a mix of, well, number one is overconfidence. Number
Oh.
two, they put their foot off the pedal for a little bit.
Mm.
And then number three is like, holy shit. Why are we even in game 3? Why are we're supposed to be over with. We're supposed to be done with this.
And then, yun nga, which plays into the lack of an anchor na parang Kevin Kiambao. Kasi UP did not have that number one guy na masasabi mong
Dami
clear
nila.
cut.
Lopez. You don't think like Francis Lopez could be that guy for them? Siya ba yung best player ng finals for them? I'm not saying overall. That's Kiambao. I'm saying for UP. Did Alarcon play well?
Was he?
Parang it was Lopez eh.
I think for the most part, oo. Pero ang problema nga kasi, hindi pa siya nasa level ni Kevin Kiambao. Like, you do not have that number one guy na undisputed.
Pero iba depth ng UP, man. Iba depth ng
Ayun
UP.
nga, yun nga.
Layo ng depth ng UP sa
Malayo
Lasal.
talaga. Kasi if we're talking about depth, UP has depth.
86 or talking about 86, not 87. 86, yeah.
We've been talking about this ilang seasons na eh. Like, UP
80.
always has depth. Always yan. Consistent yan. Even through the Bo Perasol years. May depth sila eh.
Arguable in Bo Perasol years. I mean, they have good top guys. They have good top.
Yeah, fine. Fine.
Pero after it falls off.
Oh,
it
after
falls
the
off.
seventh guy.
Seventh, you could argue
guy,
na after ng 6 man, wala na.
Yeah, bagay.
Ito, yung 84 onwards, yung
yun.
Deep.
Yeah. Interesting.
Imagine mo, Cancino, Lopez, loaded kayo eh. You have Malik. Keep forgetting Malik.
Oo, ano?
Diyan si Malik. That's their main guy. Malik
Right.
Diouf. And then you
Hindi
have...
ko alam ba't parang hindi ko siya maramdaman nung finals eh. Ewan ko I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, number
I
one,
really don't understand.
tambak ng 30, so hindi mo talaga mararamdaman. Game 2, talagang... I don't know, like maybe it's because of Mike Phillips din. You could see, kasi Mike has he keeps jumping. It's like a pogo stick, diba? Mas maro-notice mo yung player na yun na talagang diving for the ball and shit.
True. Pero nung game 3, they had a game plan eh. Ang ganda ng first half ni Malik ng game 3. And then for whatever reason in the second half, I don't know.
It's a really great rivalry, this new one, UP Lasal. It started parang 84 din eh. Balti years pa yan, di ba? Bubble years pa yan eh. Kala ko Lasal na yung makakalusot eh. Then biglang miracle just happened. Miracle after miracle, di ba? There was a game 2. I think UP was down. They came back from the dead.
Yeah. Bumawi din sila. So, yeah, interesting. Interesting how Remogat will fit into the picture moving forward na ngayon na super controversial yung pag-alis niya. He's joining a team super controversial.
Yeah, it's controversial. Yeah, it's controversial pero
interesting definitely.
It's good na may residency to at least die down. Imagine mo kung walang residency, my goodness, the boost.
Bro, mag-aaway sa MOA yan tsaka sa Araneta.
Actually, magbubulang naman UE. I mean, other schools won't boo him. UE lang ata.
Oo, UE lang magbubu kay Rey, pero ang magbubu sa UP is going to be everyone else. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Oo.
Very likable kasi si Remogat, to be fair.
Yep.
Like, he's like the new Jerome Lastimosa.
Actually.
Diba? He's the new
Yeah.
Jerome.
Yeah.
But would you
True.
say he's
I can see
better?
that.
I could argue he's better. Ano, hindi pa? Ako,
Yan na
I
naman
could
yung, yan
argue.
na naman yung hot takes mo, Nico. Yan yung mahirap sa atin eh.
Pero, pwede siya pag-usapan. Like,
It's a
would you
topic,
say,
yes.
no. Would you say Remogat in his third
Hmm.
year is better than Jerome in his third year? Layo, man.
And then, Jerome third year, I would say slight edge, yes. Pero, let's see. Let's see.
That's
Curious ako
for
eh.
mga off-season. Wala eh, off-season. You have to,
Off-season
yeah.
content yan eh.
Ito yung mga off-season content natin. But yeah, yun lang naman. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. That's how we will end it with an open-ended question. Kayo mag-comment. Remogat versus Lastimosa. Take your pick. This is Nico. This is Carl. See you guys next time. Peace.
Ingat, ingat.